Let's get straight into it. Another unedited haircut. I have to give this young lad here a quick haircut because he needs to get to football. And so he needs to be out of here really in 15 minutes. I'm also squeezing him in between clients because my next client I can do in about 15, 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm just squeezing him in. There was no real appointment, but I just said, you know what, I'll squeeze you in. So the technique I'm using, fully close, open it slightly, and putting the line the whole way around. This will be another unedited haircut because I'm loving these unedited, and you guys are loving these unedited everyday haircuts. So yeah, we're in the cut. We're gonna leave the top of his hair, and yeah, let's get straight now into the fade. Right here, please. So what I'm doing right now is just comb out the hair, and then make sure that I'm getting this place here, this blend smooth. So I'm going with the grain, I'm using the 1.5 just to make sure that this area is smooth and flat. So I'm basically blending this area here. Then I'm gonna drop it down. Apologies if it's not centralized. I'll move the camera a little bit so you guys can see it central. Hello. Is it center, guys? All this is slowing me down. Right, number 1. Flatten down here now. All right, you know what I've done wrong already? And this is why I'm just talking in real time and being honest. I've started rushing. And I know that. That's not the way to do it. The thing to do is to take your time. So let me slow down right now. I need to give him a quick haircut. So I'm slowing down right now. Close number 1.5. Go through, up to my invisible line, and flick out. All I need to make sure is I'm doing correct clipper strokes. That is the key to fading quicker. You need to be more efficient. So I'm making sure that the bristles on the gauge is going through the hair, like a comb through hair. Like if you were combing through hair, you wouldn't do that because there's no hair going through it. To comb through it properly, you have to do that. And make sure, look, see the hair's going through it? If you can see it, that is combing through someone's hair properly. The same thing with correct clipper strokes. You must make sure that the hair is going through the bristles of the gauge. And that's when it's doing it properly. So now I've explained that to you. Now I can be more efficient and quicker with what I'm doing. So, taking my time, number 1, flattening this area now. Then go up from underneath, go through, and flick out. Correct clipper strokes. Make sure that I'm using correct clipper strokes, which I also call concentrated clipper strokes. Because I'm concentrating to make sure that I'm being efficient, and every time I go through, it's going through, taking as much hair off as possible. Then I drop down. Open blade, just flatten this area. And look how quick this fade is going to be by me just taking my time and slowing down. Correct clipper strokes, going through the skin line and flicking out. I've gone one way this way, now go back. Close the lever a little bit. Touch that skin line and flick out. Close it a little bit more. Now just touch that skin line and literally flick out that skin line. Did you keep your head like this, my friend? All right, so now I could do some refining, take out the line a bit more. I could do this area as well. But what I'm going to do when coaching myself, which is what you guys need to say to yourself, is stop and move. Don't spend too long on any areas. When you want to do like quicker haircuts especially, one of the key things is to make sure you do not spend too much time on any area. Just keep it moving. So, and what I'll tell you guys to do as advice is talk to yourself, not out loud, because some people may say like, what are you doing? But in your head, coach yourself and say, look, take my time, correct clipper strokes, concentrated clipper strokes, be more efficient, not quicker, because efficiency will bring speed. So I've explained to you what I did on the other side already. So now I'm doing what I did on the other side so you can see. If you want to remember what I said on the other side, you know, go back on the video. But now, based off my explanation, when I was fading that side, you should see and understand what I'm doing. Now I'm fading down. I'm fading down. It's a method I use a lot. And all fading down means that up there was 1.5. Down here is number 1. Over here will be open blade. Close the lever a little bit down there. Close the lever more, I'll be down there. So fading down just means that you're going from one level to another. So like with the number 1 right now, going up to, let's say, this place here, comb it out and flick out. Flick out. I haven't said that in this video yet. Got to make sure you always flick out. Close, open blade, flatten this area. Go through. I'm going to go lower than I was with the number 1 and flick out. Basically, the point of this haircut, guys, these like unedited real life haircuts. One, if you're a new barber or barber that hasn't been in a barber shop before, you get to kind of like experience and see the barber environment because, you know, you see all the people behind cutting hair. You can hear the background noise and so on. Also, it means that you get to see what cutting really looks like in real time without the full-blown cuts and edits and so on. Because when you edit videos, there may be some things that don't make sense and you edit it out, or some things that don't look good, you edit it out. But when you do like an unedited real life haircut all around, however I leave his haircut is how I leave his haircut. Any mistakes I make, you can see. There isn't really any room for me to lie or leave anything out or make something look like something else. It's like, no, it is what it is. What you see is what it is. All right, we're on this side right now. Remember, the most important thing when you're doing a quick haircut, especially when they got like a volume of hair on top, which he has got, like he's like a number, maybe he's like a number 4 on top, is to make sure you blend this area. Once this area is blended, which I'm using the 1.5, just to go with the grain, flattening it, to make sure that the blend from the top to the side is smooth. Once I've got this part smooth, then you can start fading it down. Although technically I'm already in the fade. So I'm acting like fading it down is something different to what I'm doing right now. No, we're in the fade now. So then I take the number 1. I was up there with 1.5. Now I'm going to come down slightly lower and just flatten it. And then once we've done that, now I'm going to go back up here with the number 1. Concentrated clipper strokes. I hope you guys can see, because sometimes you can't see. Yeah, then I do the same thing I've done on the other side. Slow down, take my time. And also sometimes as well, need you to please stop. Don't lean your head that way, please. Also sometimes as well, like on this side, you can see that some of the steps I said on the other side, I'm not fully going through all of those steps because those steps are good as a guideline, but you don't always have to fully follow them. But what I would say to you guys is when you're starting cutting hair, follow the steps completely. But the more and more you cut hair, what you should be doing is start realizing that you can skip some of those steps. You don't have to go through all of that. They're just guidelines, but you can, you know, do other things. You can skip them. You can do it slightly different. You can adapt it to you. So don't feel like, you know, this child here keeps leaning his head like that. But don't feel like you have to kind of like follow it completely. I'd say initially when you start, definitely do that. All right, so we've got a fade now, right? It's faded all around. We've left the hair at the bottom. Now I'm going to shape him up. I always say this to you guys when I do these type of videos, but look how quick it's fading. But imagine I wasn't explaining it to you. Imagine I wasn't stopping, moving the camera so you guys could see it. It would be a lot quicker. So you guys are the reason why this haircut is taking longer and he's going to be late to football. I'm joking. He's not going to be late to football. He won't be late to football. He won't. He won't be. He'll get to football on time. Because early is on time is late, and late is what? Say it louder. 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 Late is unacceptable. Are you going to be late to football today? No. Are you going to be late to football today? No. Well, you're definitely not going to be late to football. Because you're not going to be late. All right. You think you're going to be late to football today? That's a question. Answer it. Yeah. No, answer the question. You think you're going to be late to football today? Yeah. Why do you think you're going to be late to football? Yeah, because I'm unacceptable. Okay. All right, let's move to this camera. You can see me shaping up. You're not going to be late to football. All right, using the wall A-Line. These trimmers are absolutely amazing, to say the least. They're called the wall A-Line. If you cut children or anybody with sensitive skin, trust me, invest into these trimmers because they cut so sharp, yet they are so soft on the skin. And also they got the small blade. So when you're cutting children, especially who have got small foreheads, it means you can shape up like this. Whereas sometimes when you've got like the bigger blades here, you can make a mistake. And if this was on, that could touch his eyebrow. So when you're shaping up with these, you've got to kind of be a bit more like lifting up one side and so on. So that's why I recommend everyone to go and get yourself the wall A-Line. When I started using them, a few of the barbers tried them out and they all went and bought one for themselves because it's good. You know, it's not a joke. It's not like some advert. They are really that good. They're the best trimmers for children and anybody with sensitive skin. Because I've got a few clients who have sensitive skin because they just do, and I have to use these trimmers on them. But the only thing I'll tell you guys not to do is don't call them baby trimmers, because if you call them baby trimmers, sometimes clients get offended. So the client I've got in my chair right now, before I had a sketch on my Instagram where I said, let me use the softer trimmers or the baby trimmers on you. And the next time I cut this client here, he said to me, this is funny, when I was using this trimmer on him, he said to me, oh, no, can you use the other trimmer? I was like, wait, what? He's like, oh, no, use the other trimmer, please. I was like, why? Because he doesn't want to use the baby trimmers. Because he saw it as, all right, because of the sketch I had out there, he was like, oh, I don't use the baby trimmers as well. So, yeah, if you call them baby trimmers, you know, you get some people coming in and be like, no, I'm not a baby. I don't want the baby trimmers. So yeah, so don't call them baby trimmers. But they are great for, you know, children, babies, sensitive skin, and so on. So yeah. You're laughing, I'm going to use them on your head as well. Yeah. They're baby trimmers, they're for babies. So yeah, guys, don't, leave legs down. The client in my chair just started kicking his feet out. He doesn't realize I'm shaping him up. Do you know what that can do to your hairline? No. Yeah, that can make me ruin your hairline. All right, I'm spending too long on your head right now. Too much talking, too much banter. And my next client has just walked in. So yeah, so now I'm just going to remove all of the hair down here.
Baby trimmers.
I'm going to... Well, let's...
Call them baby trimmers.
No, stop. You're moving. Also, this is why it's important. He's moved, right? And I'm getting a little bit, well, you can say I got a little bit irritated with him moving, right? But part of the issue there was me. Because I should be holding his head like this. Because that little flinch he just done when I was on his hairline, if I was holding his head like this, I wouldn't be, it'd be like, cool, I'm in control. But because I wasn't holding his head like that, I wasn't in control. So also, it's about, you know, making sure, especially when you're cutting younger people. To be honest, right, it's not only younger people. Adults do the same thing as well. Sometimes the adults are worse than children. There are some adults who just can't sit still. So you also have to kind of like, just hold them a little bit firm, their head a little bit firm when you're shaping them up. But especially when you're cutting younger people, children, you should do this. All right, then loads of talking. Now let me just wrap up this haircut so he can get to football on time. If he gets out of here in the next, to be honest, if he gets out of here in the next 8 minutes, he'll be on time for football. But it's not only about him, it's about actually, I have another client I need to do now. Your football's later, so I got another client, and then I'm going to cut that client, then I'm going to cut you, and then, yeah. So yeah, let me finish off this haircut. I'm going to use the wall I'm going to use my wall. I'm going to use my wall detailer. This one here, because this one's stronger. The blades on this one are actually better when it comes to skinning and shaving. So just to be a bit more efficient, let me just use these instead. Move this camera back. Let me get through this haircut now. Doing loads of talking, guys. Giving you loads of advice, giving you loads of tutorials, loads of instructions and all of that stuff there. Look, I have to keep coming back to move the camera. I don't know how long this haircut is taken exactly. I will look at the time as I finish. I will look at the time as I finish. But yeah, just showing you guys how to do efficient haircuts and everyday haircuts ultimately. Because this is what it is. These are everyday haircuts. I've been talking about this a lot recently, everyday haircuts, because I think online when it comes to tutorials, we focus on the haircuts which are not everyday. Or also what people also do is they put out what they would see as their best client, or they'll do a tutorial and their tutorial maybe took them about an hour and a half, but they cut it down to maybe like a 30-minute video or 20-minute video. So when you're looking at it, you're like, right, look at that haircut they produced. But that might not be the haircut they're doing daily. These right here are everyday haircuts. So you can probably look at this haircut and you can probably spot problems in it. You can probably look at it and say, listen, this could be better, that could be better. And that is true. But what I am going to say to you is, in everyday haircuts, they are not perfect. No haircut's perfect. Now, if you got the time to spend an hour and a half on every haircut, then great. You know, you can do that. But everyday haircuts, this is how they come out. This is the squeezing haircut I'm doing right now, quick haircut. Look, I'm getting caught up because I want to make it better and better, but I need to cut my next client, as well as he needs to get to football. So I'm going to have to leave it almost here. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this haircut? Quick haircut, in and out. Is he looking better, looking fresher? Do you like the method? Do you like the technique? Let me know. Look, to be honest, I'm caught up right now because I'm like, refine it more, make it look better, make it look better. But I'm going to give myself a little time right now. I'm not going to spend 30 seconds is the maximum I'm going to spend right now, and I'm going to stop. Because at some point you just have to stop. Because there'll be a lot of barbers who know this, where you keep looking at haircuts, you want to keep going over stuff to make it perfect. So you need to know when to also just stop and say, listen, it's enough. And listen, I said it on camera, I'm not doing any more than 30 seconds. I don't know how many seconds I got left now. Probably about 15 seconds, I'm assuming, because I'm not counting. I'm going to leave it there. I'm stopping. 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 All right, guys, there you have it. You've been in the cut with Slidercuts, and that's been another unedited. Had to pull him out. You've been in the cut with Slidercuts, and that's been another unedited haircut for you. Skin fade, left to top, shape up, giving you techniques, methods, just showing you how I'm doing it live in the cut. You've seen it all, whether you like it or not. But if you like it, guys, and you like these type of videos, please let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, got to go. He needs to go to football. To cut my next client. Once again, I'm going to say it. You want to say it as well? You've been in the cut with Slider.